1st of August 2022. Address, as you see, Blue Star House, Housing for Women. Dear Trina Filbert, Re-Terrorism Outcome 28th of June 2022 update. I am not apologizing for my response to your letter that is continuing to discriminate against me in breach of the Equality Act 2010 protected characteristics, the Mental Health Act and Elder Abuse Act and Environmental Health Law. The Collins Dictionary meaning of unprecedented, adjective, never having happened before, unparalleled. So make of that meaning what you will, as I will catalogue the terrorism by Housing for Women against me from the time someone sneaked into the communal passageway to put letters on my mat on the 13th of the 1st, 2022. This was the vexatious actions of Housing for Women who commissioned the survey online, and I was promised someone would get back to me. Without prejudice, I am assuming you were so busy being taught how to discriminate against your own elderly black women with disabilities that you forgotten I had given you the names of some women that you should know about. One of whom is the Reverend Rose Hudson Wilkin, whom I meet at the Housing for Women AGM on Tuesday, 25th March 2014. Here is a little history for you to know. At the time she was chaplain to the Speaker of the House of Commons. Here is another fact. I was coming from work at Luton Street Community Nursery. I have since been denied my entitlements by leave after the death of my mother with dementia. To know more, go check my online profile because letter gives me the opportunity to open the can of worms that Housing for Women let get away by setting up my neighbor to target me. Oh my God. ASB allegations made against Mary Lee Myers. For there could to be no ambiguities about the ASB against me by Deborah Gilchrist, the neighbor that H4W put up against me to carry out their dirty work. Let me set the record straight. What do you mean you have been trying to investigate the ASB against me? It seems that you did not learn anything from your visit here. Your visit was to order me to take down information I have in my window for Debbie Gilchrist, and there was none. In case you have forgotten, you were accompanied by Candy Smith from Adult Social Care, who was the mediator, whose contact telephone 0207 525 7702 and 0207 525 3324 she has on me on the date you visited. Don't even know how that sounds. You came to the meeting not doing any checks about me. We never discussed anything about the ASB. I have made contacts via telephone and letters from I received the first letter from Samantha Gibbs. I want H4W to go back to their records when I asked for concerns I raised to be kept on record. Then H4W can respond about the ASB and what ways can I respond accordingly. Joint home visit, 20th of the 6th, 2022. Maybe you are suffering from delusions of grandeur about the visit to my home. If damn rank, you see me, you did not discuss any ongoing issues with me and my neighbor, so I don't know who you discuss them with. As said previously, go check my file because the way I am affected by my neighbor should be on record. I certainly never had any such conversation with you about rectifying any issues with my neighbor. There is a case number for the 13th of the 12th, 2021, when the emergency services heard the commotion and sent the police here urgently. I have put on record about the police response. I did not see Miss Gilchrist after she smashed the glass until the 2nd of the 5th, 2022, when she began to discriminate against me. because I stayed inside my house and asked if she destroyed the garden again. There is the matter of how long H4W took to board up the door to safeguard me. I had splinters from the board going into my fingers. I am diabetic and this can impact on my condition. The fact that the discrimination by H4W resulted in Miss Gilchrist breaking the glass again when the bloke was inside and kicking my door is to prove I am not safe. Because the police accused me of locking her out the first time and accused me of shouting and leaving me at the mercies of a drunken woman who threatened me when I tried to reassure her. I did not know it was her banging on the door. I just tried speaking to her, and the way she was acting, I decided not to continue the conversation. In the meeting, you did not discuss anything other than you were told I have information for Miss Gilchrist in my window that I must remove. You were not aware of the ASB and you did not do any checks before you visited me. You were in the job a month. Therefore, H4W is not only a bully but a liar who targets vulnerable older women on behalf of racist Debbie Gilchrist they set up against me. Oh dear, oh dear. The Collins Dictionary meaning of inappropriate, adjective, not suitable, personal, adjective 1, individual or private, 2, of the body, example, personal, hygiene, 3, of a remark, etc., offensive, adjective, disagreeable, 2, insulting, 3, aggressive, 4, position or action of attack, pardon me. To define these words, this is what Housing for Women has been doing to me from the survey, and they promised someone from H4W would be in touch to discuss my concerns. There is a saying where I come from about kettle cost pot black, and that sums up Housing for Women, house slaves and brainwashed. Please remember that I was a member of the scrutiny panel. I handed over my keys so H4W can get access to the communal area. But now I am not safe as H4W sneaked in here and I'm in danger of being murdered like the police that made attempts on me on the 30th of the 11th, 2022 under cover of Leaf Margaret Horn lecture. Oh my God. Housekeeping concerns. Let me go through this feedback. Garden repairs. How did this become my personal garden? I have spoken to MCP and here is the information I was given after the 4th visit to Alma Grove with regards to the tree and the garden. I was informed by the person on the phone that MCP contacted H4W about doing the tree. MCP was sent a copy of the letter about details of the contractor H4W contacted to cut the tree on the 5th of the 4th, 2022. Someone came from MCP to look at the garden and said H4W had not given them proper instructions about the extent of the damage in the garden. On the 28th of the 4th, 2022, a new gate was made in the front that was not needed. I took the leftover materials that was left in the garden to the back garden. So if there were any obstruction, I removed them. To say Housing for Women don't fix fencing is per policy is another myth. Please refer to the reference 81030, 21st of the 2nd, 2022, completed 20th of the 3rd, 2020, and say when Age for Women don't fix fencing per policy. Did H4W change the policy to carry out terrorism against me? Reference 6245, 416 of the 20, 16 of the 2nd, 2016 completed, 19 of the 2nd, 2016. Me don't know where all them are sitting here. There you see, you're lucky me did have Facebook for them come up. Garden Gate. Is Trina Filbert for real? Considering that I have reported this matter from February, why is Miss Filbert insinuating that I am going senile? Misuse of communal areas. Blood scene. Seems as if I must repeat that I was the person who handed over my keys for easy access to the maintenance team. At one time, Debbie Gilchrist was doing business where the communal passage and outside were packed with stuff. When Miss Filbert visited, I showed her photos of my husband washing the bins and cleaning up the garden. Miss Filbert just shows how stupid she is. I don't need any reminders because Housing for Women is responsible for giving Miss Gilchrist power to terrorize me after we have lived here in harmony from I moved in December 2000. If there were concerns, I raised them with Housing for Women to be kept on record. Since it's a matter of safeguarding, I have hung sticks signage up to protect the vulnerable. How did I obstruct any pathway since the mats have been outside my door from 2001? I'm worried that I will be targeted inside the communal area because I was targeted by Harmon Cameron, who visited my home twice. If Miss Gilchrist can break the glass a second time after she opened the letter from Samantha Gibbs with threats, who is to stop her from harming me and getting away with it? Because I am a victim of the judiciary of England and Wales, criminal justice system and Crown Prosecution Service, covering for abusers and pedophiles and scammers. Show me how safeguarding myself in my home from threats can be construed as ASB. I have lived here since December 2000 and nothing like this happened before. ... Go back and look at the meaning of unprecedented. I advocated on behalf of Esther Oliver, aka Tess, averted a Grenfell Tower here and have to live in fear of the radiator for over a year. I am not scared of Housing for Women threats. Papa Jesus, how is soon done. Misuse of email, contact and inflammatory offensive content. These are not allegations, they are facts. My tenancy agreements 2.26 seems to have given Housing for Women rights to terrorize me. Can I refer Miss Filbert to the portal for clarifications about the discrimination against me by Housing for Women and Debbie Gilchrist and the police that visited my home on the 13th of the 12th, 2021? Portal has since been wiped clean. What does this mean for Miss Filbert? In case she's not aware, I got my flat as a result of domestic violence, and Housing for Women is using coercive control and breaching all the laws, legislation, codes of conduct and practices with threats in this letter. What this means for Mervyn Myers? I will make sure the world is made aware that Housing for Women is a terror cell where the new brand of employees have targeted me and think they are getting away with it. They will be part of my fight for justice business site, going on the road with my Windrush stories. Mervyn Myers, FD open, mental health and send advocate end. You see me? Let me go send it now.